Hey everybody, you listen to the Katana podcast with me, Invisible Katana. This is a pretty special, super short episode where I'm I have the footage that I was able to capture from ROFCon. It's a small convention that took place in Virginia Beach. It was only during its second year, and much like the OhioCon thing, I wanted to kind of get this up. Fortunately, it's only I think about a week and a half late compared to the OhioCon stuff, which got pushed way far back, and I didn't end up finishing that until um, the day or 2 days before I actually even went to this convention, and I uploaded that, all of that footage while I was actually at this convention. So, I'm happy to, at least have it somewhat in a decent amount of time. And this, as you can obviously see, is just, set up and just super high speed footage. I actually had to do it twice because my thing maxes out at 800%. So I had to do 800% and then put it back into the final time. So this is 1600% speed. So everything's going on. This is Friday, and we're just setting everything up. It's obviously just running around at super speeds, putting boxes down, writing stuff on boxes, and just flying through, setting things up. But I had a fun time at this convention. It was really interesting. It's, for anyone who doesn't know, it's not just an anime convention. It is a sci-fi, anime, comic, blend convention. It's everything, all together. And it's actually the first one I've ever gone to. I guess it's the second one I've gone to because I've been to the Midwest Media Expo, which takes place in downtown Detroit. And that's kind of the same style. But this one is in its second year, so it was cool to go to another small con because I'd been to the Midwest Media Expo last year during its first year, and I'm excited it's coming up in April this year for its second time around. And it was cool to go through this. It was cool to experience a smaller con. As you can see, I just shot through all the footage. I had so much, but this is all the rave stuff. There wasn't too much I could shoot for the rave. It wasn't exactly the brightest amount of footage I could possibly get. So I tried to do a couple of tricks, which you'll definitely see coming up a little later on. But I had a fun time here. It was cool. Some of the concepts I thought were interesting. When you walk around the con, there were a bunch of just random arcade games all over the place. I got to play Tekken Tag Tournament, which I haven't played in forever. There was NBA Jam. They had the tournament edition, so 4 people could play that at once. They had Dragon's Lair going. And I thought that was definitely cool. That was probably my favorite one, was Dragon's Lair, just because it's Dragon's Lair, and I saw it as an arcade game. That really stood out to me. So I really loved that. I thought it was fun. Obviously this is, like I said, wasn't really anything to see for the rave, but I recorded. I was I have to have some footage of the rave, and even if it's just high speed, kind of pseudo crappy, mostly crappy footage, I kind of had to put it in there at least. I would like to note for you guys, though, I did get some really great cosplay pics, and those are towards the end. I'll probably have an annotation in there somewhere if you want to just skip straight to the end with all the pictures. But I wanted to kind of do all this because the cosplays were my favorite part. Of course, it's it's a con. But for the cosplays and stuff, I saw some really great ones. And of course, being a dealer, I was kind of stationary, but it was fun. It was cool to see some people come around. That super quick thing, if you couldn't see it, that guy had an Invader Zim shirt with Gur and his inexplicable green dog costume, which just never made any sense, but that was all of Invader Zim, so it was great. But being at the rave was definitely cool. I enjoyed some of the music. I can't play it. I did that in my last video with the OhioCon stuff, and I wasn't able to monetize it. But I can tell you guys, it was some cool stuff. I heard a Ruby remix, which I'd heard before. It's on YouTube. You can look it up, and I'll look that up. There'll definitely be a link to that song because I love that song. So when I heard it at the rave, I was like, this is super awesome. And there was also some Kingdom Hearts remixes and stuff, and those were really cool too. And, great video game, anime. It's hard to got a couple people. just shooting through all the raid footage is definitely cool. Getting like some cool stuff, things like that, and just flipping through it, seeing people. I've seen those glasses before that the guy has on. It makes me think of Tron. I saw some of those at OhioCon too, and they were definitely really cool. This is Sunday, I believe. Yeah, so this was Sunday. On Friday, or not Friday, but Saturday, I really didn't have like any footage like whatsoever. There wasn't that much at all, and that's when I actually ended up getting a ton of the pictures. Which obviously you'll see that where it is. I didn't really take any pictures on Sunday because I kind of seen like all the same people. It was second year, so it was a smaller con, and it was fun. I enjoyed like even the cosplays I didn't get pictures of, and like you can see the guy at the end. He has like a symbiote Spider-Man hoodie. Always love that. I saw one guy who had like a one piece jacket. It was for Zoro, and it had like his skull with the katanas in it, and it had like Roanoa on the front and stuff. That was really cool to me. I saw a guy who had like the coolest freaking Attack on Titan jacket I'd ever seen. Like normally when you see like anime outfits and stuff, there's a specific fabric. I have no idea what it is, but he had like a full on, it was like a straight up denim jacket, but it was, the same tan color and everything. And I was like, I always thought they were kind of cool. They looked pretty interesting, but it was the coolest thing. If I wasn't working at that time, it wasn't while we were in the dealer's room. That was like during the dance on the first night, and I wasn't filming when we were doing that because we were actually outside. But man, he had like the coolest denim jacket. I was like, I've never seen an Attack on Titan jacket look that cool before, and it was just like that just makes me want to buy one. But it looked really cool, and this, kind of shooting through this is like the full-on teardown of everything that happened, and or most of it at least, until the battery died out, and then we just kept working after that, obviously. But I thought this was a cool little way to get some great footage and just zip through it. Like this at 800% speed, you think that would be fast enough, but this is actually so much footage that 800% didn't do the trick. So fortunately seeing it at 1600% actually makes it look pretty cool, because if you see my OhioCon stuff, that was at 800%, and I cut so much out of that because there was just so much crap to take out. Like in this with 1600, people are like disappearing and junk like that, and it actually looks like it does on TV. So it's super simple. It's like nothing fancy, but for me, it's like a huge step. Like, oh, it actually worked. And my big concern, because when I was watching it at 800%, and I tried to see how fast it looked at 1600 just using my media player, it would get like super choppy, and I was like, I really hope it doesn't do that while I'm actually editing, because I have a crappy free video editor, so I wouldn't have been too shocked if it came out real choppy and ugly looking. But man, we were taking things down, and here are the cosplays that you're probably waiting for, or you probably skipped to. So if you skip to them, here you go. First one was Captain America and Punisher. We had Vash the Stampede. It was super awesome. He let me, I got this in the next picture the next day. The gun is super cool, and it was like a magnet and stuff on the gun. It spun and clicked and everything. It was so cool. Always got to get like a cool Power Ranger shot, and that one actually turned out way cooler than I thought it did. This is actually Roxy Rancid. You can look her up on Facebook. She gave me her card, so kind of have to throw that one out there. Zabuza is like the one picture I kind of messed up and didn't get to redo, so I was upset about that, but I had to throw it in. Tetris dress, super cool. Dread, I don't think I've ever seen a Dread cosplay that looked that cool before. Like, that was really awesome. Gambit, definitely awesome cosplay. He should have bought those metal cards we were selling, but too bad. The Doctor, I'm not a giant Doctor Who fan, but I know the Doctor when I see him. I know a good one when I see it. I don't know who she's cosplaying as. If you know, please let me know, because I thought that was such an awesome cosplay, and it was just really well done. It was super cool. Then we have like the Stormtrooper in the suit, which is just awesome. Like, always cool to see. Those were a set of people that were dressed in like some cool, really cool cosplays, and I got some pictures of them coming up later on. Obviously, a little sister, if you couldn't tell that. I don't know the name of this character. Pretty sure it's Princess Mononoke. And here's the guy. Like, I have a huge shot coming up next, and in his stuff, like, there's no way to get a closer picture of that guy, because that sword is ridiculously huge. We got our DBZ characters, which are super awesome in the set. Saw them a couple times around the con. Boba Fett and Darth Vader. Had to get 2 shots of them because obviously you had to get a close up with them, and if you get a far shot, then you got to get everything because it's Darth Vader. This is Katsumi. You can look her up on Facebook as well. She was super awesome, and she came back later to do her Nora cosplay for me, and she was super cool about it. So definitely check out Katsumi on Facebook as well. Katsumi cosplay. More Star Wars, more Ruby, which is always awesome. I wish I got to see more Ruby cosplayers come through. Then we have Markiplier, which is awesome. I got to take a picture with Tiny Box Tim, so I'm probably on something somewhere on the internet. This guy, his gun was also fully functional. It was just a Nerf gun that he outfitted and painted and stuff. That was really cool. God, I'm totally blanking. Chrono Trigger. I almost completely missed that one. I love that one. One Piece, also awesome. Oddly, he was like the only One Piece person I saw. Spike Spiegel. There were 2 Spikes. I think I have another Spike like in the background of one of the other pictures, which I thought was kind of funny. Obviously, Catwoman, and more Power Rangers, which also I always love seeing those. That was probably one of my favorite things when they did that in the film. Also, didn't see too many Batman cosplayers either, but them as a set I thought was really awesome, and they did like kind of the old school style, which was pretty sweet to me. And his cosplay I just like enjoyed. It was like he has a Nintendo on his head. I was like, I gotta get a picture. And she I loved her cosplay, and it kind of made me feel upset that I didn't get my hat with me. And then Macho Misty, which there's a video on my channel. Just look up Macho Misty dancing the Macho Man. It's an awesome video. That's Psychopaths. That's from Psychopaths, and I loved that, and I had to get it. Like I said, super short video. Constantine was so amazing. Thanks for checking this out. Not too much to this one. I just wanted to get this footage out there, so that's why this is a super short episode. Thanks for checking this one out. Like I said, check out the 2 people that gave me cards. Roxy Rancid on Facebook. You can find her on there. Katsumi Cosplay. You might have to look. You might have to look up a little bit because I lost her card, unfortunately, so I can't put like an exact link to either of their pages. But if I find them again on Facebook, because I had to go through my phone to actually find them. So once I find them on Facebook, I'll probably just add a link. Like either I put it in already in the annotations, and if I haven't, then it's definitely in a link below. So thanks for watching this, kind of, quick little episode of the Katana podcast. I know it was mostly for RofCon, but that's kind of the point. If you were at Ring of Fire Con, definitely let me know like some of your favorite moments while you were there, like some cool cosplays that you might have seen, or if you got any cards from anybody, definitely shout them out in the comment section below. And thanks for listening.